Now, we have had some preparations for the upcoming Olympics, which is supposed to be held in 2024 at the Paris in France. Apart from this, there are also talks about how to get prepared for some international matches like the Commonwealth Games and African Games, which are coming up soon in the next year and 2 years to come. One of the talks have which have risen up from these games is after we heard from the president of the Ghana Olympic Committee, Mr. Ben Nuno Mensah. Now, Mr. Ben Nuno Mensah, who is currently the head of this GOC, has started asking for help from all who are willing to, make the right reservations for the upcoming games. Now, he asked on not only the government, he asked on also the government and also individuals and private firms that were willing to, support these teams in the nations, in the nation Ghana, so that they could start getting immediate, preparations for the next games. The Olympic Games like this is in 2024. Although it seems a little far from now, it could come in any time. I mean, 2024 is just 3 years away. So, before you know it, 2 years will be here. Before you know it, the next year we are after the 2 years we are in this game. He said, and I quote: "We must start preparation and invest ahead of the next Olympic Games if we really want to win medals like the other countries." Now, he also added saying, "It is not enough for Ghana to win only a medal at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics." Now, it is a good thing, however, that Ghana has been able to win a medal at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, but there was more Ghana could do. I mean, when you look at last year, we don't know whether it was because of the pandemic, but there was a lot Ghana could have done when you compare to some other teams. Some teams which we felt were not really strong, however, they were able to shock us in such games, even in the Tokyo Olympics. He said this should serve as a wake-up call, not only to the government but to all those who are willing to help and sponsor these types of events. And also he claims that there are a lot of talents in the country that have to be nurtured and supported, but it will require monies and some infrastructure for them to get the support they need, for them to be groomed to turn their talents and their gift to something that will be really appreciated. And he also added that the medals that Samuel Techi won in Tokyo was not because Samuel Techi had it by chance. He explained that there was a lot of training and there was a lot of input that came along with the training, and that's why they were able to win that. And we understand him. If you look at how some people are going all in to really prepare for such stuff, you would see that it's not because of the monies alone which they will be awarded for their participation, but because they really desire to bring some glory to the nation. Now, Mr. Ben Nuno Mensah also added that Ghana has had a little dwindling fortunes in the Olympic Games. It seems to be up and down, and then he looks at even the medals that have been eluding Ghana for about 30 years now, even until this recent one that Techi won the medal in the Tokyo Games. He claims that for the last 30 years, if you take this Samuel Techi's win, if you take it out, for the last 30 years, Ghana has not been doing well in such Olympics games, and it seems that we don't really get a chance to hold trophies and medals that much. So he also was saying that the country could have won more medals if the government had strategically put aside some long-term plan ahead of the games. So what he is calling for is that we should not wait till maybe a year or some months before the games, but we should start preparation now. From what he's saying, there's some understanding I can get from it. When we start early, by the time it would even be close, we are almost or even over 100% ready. You get it? When you start training the boys early, when you start giving them the funds and all the things they need, they'll feel this happy spirit. They'll just be that calm for them to concentrate on winning the game. But when these types of funds and monies and things are not there for them, their worry will, keep their focus away from the games. And that is what we want to, prevent. The president of GOC also added that we all hail Samuel Techi for winning a bronze medal at the Tokyo Olympics, but that is not enough. He said we can do more if we pay attention to other sports like boxing and weightlifting, which can actually win more medals at the event, because there are a lot of able-bodied Ghanaians who are very muscular walking around, gymming their bodies left and right, but they're not really using it for anything. There are people who are lifting weights and they're not really getting a chance to, even go and represent the nation. I mean, if you move in town once in a while, go to the malls and see. You see these very huge muscular bodies walking about. I mean, they are scary. They look like some bodyguards, and that's just it. They are not really using these bodies to do anything for the nation. So if we're able to get these funds early, the president of the GOC, with the help of his team, can go and recruit all these able bodies and all these people who are fighting for no reason, and teach them how to box and win a game instead of fighting each other in the nation. That would be a good thing. And instead of lifting people and throwing them around, we could train some of these people to lift weights, and when they become perfect at it, they represent the nation and we win more medals. He said again, it took individual efforts to ensure Techi's qualification for the games. According to him, it was a situation which he claims was very frustrating, because apart from Samuel Techi, doing his own best to win the game, he claimed that just a few people were willing to help him, and apart from these few people, no one else. So Samuel Techi didn't win because he was lucky, but because he put in the effort with the help of just a few people. So imagine what will happen if there were more people to help others, like Samuel Techi. Then there will be a bigger chance for the nation to win more medals, and then bring more trophies and cups to the motherland. Now, he also furthermore said that Ghana is always faced with inadequate preparation. He stressed that there's this lack of investment in athletes, and when it's time for games, the people rather expect them to do well and are unhappy, as if they were able to put in some input. And this is something we have to watch actually. When you see our football players missing a penalty, when you see that Samajans missing the penalty, when you see all these other players not being able to score, when you see them getting tired too quickly, everyone in the nation is quick to talk. Oh, as for Samajan there, oh, as for this player there, oh, as for Kweko this there, oh, we see we are all quick to be unhappy and express our remarks about their inability to perform. But the question is this is what the GOC president said, and I actually have to agree with him. What efforts are we doing to make sure that Samajan doesn't miss a penalty? How many of us are going to meet Samajan and present him with maybe 50 cedis and tell him just score a penalty for me? How many of us are able to go to one or two players and present them with a key? This is a car key with the document. If you win this game, I promise to put your name on it. I can even sign an agreement with you right now. Do things to motivate and inspire these players to win the game. If you don't do anything and then they go there and then they are playing the game anyhow, missing the penalties, we would only have ourselves to blame, because these are also human beings like us. Sometimes some of us, we talk as if when we have the chance to be there, we'll be able to perform better than them. But there are a lot of us who will not be able to even kick the ball to hit even the pole when we are given the chance that Asamajan has gotten. You get it? So before we go about complaining about some of their performances and the likes, even in boxing, most times people complain, oh, he didn't punch well, he's always punching below the belt. They're always complaining. But how many times have you gone to sponsor a boxer? How many times have you sent a bandage or some first aid to him? Like, oh, I see that you really do a lot and your face is battered. Even in training, you've been receiving a lot of punches. This is some first aid just for me to you. Here's some plaster. Here's some cotton wood. What are we doing? To inspire these boxers, these players, these athletes? You could always get something. I mean, you see somebody like Bukum Banku, if he's going to represent the nation, you already know his name is Bukum Banku. So definitely, when you send something like Banku to him, he will not reject it. I mean, some of you women can prepare this Banku, just some 2 balls of Banku, get some nice okra soup or some shito around it with a little fish here and there, a little kalami, a little abobi. All these fish, and then just package it. Bukum, yes, so Banku. I mean, do something with it. Don't just go with a down heart. This is banku. When he sees the banku alone, even if he's not able to eat it, the banku, seeing the banku and even the effort alone will give him that spirit to do something. When he's fighting the opponent and he sees that the opponent is about to overcome him, when he remembers that banku, he will get some sort of fame. The banku will put inside of him this power to beat the opponent. Sometimes some of you can prepare banku, rice and the like, and give to this athletes of ours, and then you motivate them to win the game. You just don't stand there and expect them to win when nobody is supporting them. And we cannot always expect the government to be doing these works all the time. It is true, government has a part to play, but you should also know that there are other important things the government has to see to. So if, for example, there's a building that is collapsing that can kill people, when government is faced with those two decisions, whether the building or the sports, he will definitely pick the building. So in those times where the government is concentrated on much important issues, that's where you and I can come in. The individuals, the private firms, the NGOs, all of us, we have a part to play. And even the women, the fine ladies, the market women, you can just you sell something, you sell whatever it is, soap. You can get some bar soaps, some powdered soap, just something to give to these players. Oh, you just go to the football association or the offices where you can give these things out for them to be handed to them. That's if you cannot meet them personally. Oh, this is some soap. After you sweat in the game, use it to wash your clothes. Just something. We can do this and motivate our players, and not always be unhappy when they don't perform like we want to. So the president of the GOC, Mr. Benunu Mensah, was making this statement, and like he was stressing the narrative must change according to him, and that if governments and other agencies realize the impact of Ghana's win on the global stage, we would then see how to make things better. Now, according to him, Techi Samotechi, who won the Olympics medal, was able to display great sense of patriotism, though he received a little attention ahead of the Tokyo Olympics. And he also stressed the fact that it's not every athlete that can rise against the odds, and we cannot continue relying on this sort of magic or luck and all these things that people have been mentioning to win games and to win medals, especially at international competitions. When it comes to those magic spirits, whatever, let it remain here. Don't take it anywhere. But when you are talking about international matches, put seriousness inside. And those of you who are going to visit whatever shines and those plenty stories we are hearing about, let it remain here. When it comes to international matches, those things don't work there. It is training. You not go and kill a fowl and do all those funny gymnastics things on the soil and say you are going to win a game in France. Do you think the France they don't know how to kill animal? You have to be careful. You have to make sure that we give the right preparation that our athletes need. We can do this individually and even as a whole. It actually takes investment and adequate preparations to get this done. Even the president added the fact that even some boxers lack proper boxing gyms, and the required exposure to face top-notch boxers from other countries is not helping them. Look at people coming from countries like Cuba and even in the US. Even when you enter the boxing arenas that they train in, you'll be impressed. But here sometimes we'll be boxing on the bare ground. They'll just get some apata, some hat somewhere, and then anywhere that fresh air can pass, then they'll start boxing. I'm like, what is this that you people are doing here? Be careful. So the GOC boss is asking all of us to do something to help He claims that even the Commonwealth Games and the African Games that are coming, if we don't take care and put the right preparations in, we will not do well. And so these are the times for us to use those opportunities to invest in the athletes and give them the right exposure, to continue to do best and bring perfect, results to the nation. Now, what do you think? You can also give us your comments and let us see what you feel about the upcoming games, the Olympic Games, the African Games, and all these ones that have been mentioned. The international ones, the Commonwealth Games, and all of those ones. Thank you for listening, and have a nice day.